I am going to introduce and invite Steve, Amy, Osvaldo, and Brandon from the LABBN team. Steve and Amy are from our communications team. Osvaldo and Brandon are from our data team. They're going to introduce the home visitors and the parents who are going to be part of the panel. Welcome everyone, and thank you so much.
Great, thanks, Charlene. Yeah, love this part of the event. Feel like a real privilege to be able to be involved in speaking with the families and hearing the great success stories from the home visitors. This time around, we have two moms that we're going to speak with. One is a Welcome Baby mom, and the other is a mom from the HFA, the Healthy Families America program at Children's Institute. I know just from our little chats behind the scenes here that we're having a little trouble finding the Children's Institute mom, but I did want to also introduce the home visitor for her. And there she is. There's Tamara. Tamara Satterwhite is with Children's Institute, and she's been there for, I think you said 7 years, has it been?
Yes, yes.
So she's a seasoned home visitor with plenty of success stories, and I'm really grateful for her bringing this one to our attention. Like I said, she works with Children's Institute, and I don't know if we've been able to get Sandra, if she's on yet, but
no, well, I don't know if she's logged in, but I just told her to log in right now. So hopefully.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, that's fine. If she can join us in a bit, we'll get to her, but I can just talk to you a little bit here, Tamara, first.
Okay.
And we got to talk, Sandra, you and I, a few days ago a bit, so got to hear her inspiring story. And she's not here. Perhaps she has some other obligations, and maybe that's even part of her story. So
yeah.
But I guess we could start. Maybe you could say a few words about your experience working with her and why you wanted to nominate her to be part of this event.
Well, I think the title of the program today, Home Visiting Works, that is Sandra. And she had a real challenging journey. And she was referred to Children's Institute by California Hospital. And I have been working with her now for 2 years. And she was very reluctant in the beginning, like a lot of families are, because she had a child that was in foster care. So she was, well, are they gonna, take notes and take this baby away? And so coming in, what I wanted to do was build a trust and a connection with her, because I knew that was a big deal. And so we were able to build a connection. She moved from a program to her own place, and we had regular visits. And then even during the epidemic, we would still have visits through Zoom. And her boyfriend, Dad, he was very much involved in the activities with the baby. When we start doing the activities, I'll do it. Oh, give me the handout. So he really did get involved. And so I think building a connection with the family where they're at. She was in a program. Someone else may be in their own home or living with relatives, but wherever that connection is, it would be different maybe for every family that you serve. But being able to let them know that wherever you're at, we're going to be here for you. And Sandra made a lot of accomplishments. She went from being homeless to being in a shelter to having her own place and getting a car. And she just started a new job. That's why she's having a little challenge with getting here. She started a new job. But I think one of the things that was really helpful with Sandra is building the trust. Now you can start with something else with another family, and you have to look to see, what does this family need? What is most important to them now? And so finding out what she needed, the support she needed, and then addressing any referrals that she may have. And the referrals get a little sticky, so to say, because sometimes you just give them the paper and they call and they're not doing what they're saying. So I made a habit of calling and checking on the referrals before I give them to families. So I had given her and her boyfriend referrals that were successful. And so I appreciated that. And then just the asking her what was her expectations of the program. What do you want to get out of the program? And one of the things that she said, she named other things, but one of the things she said was resources. So a lot of times, you may get a resource and it may not fit this family. So you have to have, a few resources in your pocket so that when they come up, you can, direct them to the one that's better fitted for them. And
Sorry to interrupt you,
no,
Tamara.
go ahead.
But I know when we talked, she mentioned how you were so great about providing resources and providing information and all, but there's more to home visiting than that, right? I mean,
Yes.
there's a secret sauce that I think you have. She talked about how it's, and you just alluded to the trust, the importance of trust and being genuine and really caring, and doing, not just giving a referral, but making sure that referral is going to work. So the part about her mentioning really just the motivation that you've given and the inspiration that you've given. And I was reminded in Dr. Lee's presentation now about ripples. I think you've created some serious ripples here, because she now has gone on to take classes in drug and alcohol rehab work so she could be a counselor. And she's now a parent partner with ECFS. So she's helping other parents that have been on the same journey as her. And she attributes a lot of that to really the motivation and the inspiration that you've provided. So hats off to you.
Well, thank you. But she did mention yesterday that she felt comfortable with me. And so that I think is a key too, is getting a client to feel comfortable with you and that you're not there to tell them what to do. They are the masters of their life. You're there to give a helping hand over the challenges that they may be facing.
That's great. Well, I know we're kind of short on time. I'm hoping that that Sandra's able to join us here, but
I do too.
I guess we could now, if you want, we could pass it over to Amy, and she can talk with her client, with her parent coach from the Welcome Baby program at St. Mary, and her client. So we'll do that, and maybe if Sandra's able to join us, we can check back in with her.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you, Tamara, for joining us on today's parent panel. And I really appreciate you being on here and sharing Sandra's story. And like Steve mentioned, I'm really hoping we have a chance to connect with her during the Q&A. And so this is also a nice reminder for all of you who are joining us. If you have any questions for any of our panelists, if you have a question for Tamara already, or for the panelists that I'm about to introduce, please go ahead and submit those in through the chat so we can go ahead and get to those during the Q&A. But before we really do get into the Q&A, I feel really, really honored to be able to introduce our second panelist, Alida, and her parent coach, Sathari Lee, who are both joining us from the Welcome Baby program over at St. Mary Medical Center in Long Beach. So Alida and Sathari, I really want to thank you for being here today, and we're really happy to have you.
Yes, thank you so much thank you so much, Lida and Steve and the Welcome Baby, for allowing me to be here and talking about our work, and also talking about my role as a parent coach supervisor, and also my role as a PC. And I'm so glad that you chosen us to be here, and so we can share our my experience, and also from a client perspective and her experience as well. And for me, when my client Lida, she was enrolled and assigned to me, you know, I call her and contact her, and the minute she was like, she's, you know, because I'm Cambodian and she's Cambodian, and we like have, you know, she felt more comfortable sharing her issues with me because of her complication of her pregnancy, and also it was her first pregnancy and her first child, right? So somehow she said, you know, I haven't had this like bleeding and this difficulty, and you know, about, and I have pain, you know, abdominal pain, and I'm so scared, I'm so frightened, I don't know what to do. So my first calling her and my first engagement with her, the minute she telling me all these feelings and emotional and pain about fear about losing her baby. So I encourage her to go to the emergency to have it checked, and also call her providers, and also she just got first, it was like a first visit with the doctor as well, and at that time she probably about like 4 months into her pregnancy and just get like first care. So for me, I provide support to her emotionally, and at that time it's not COVID yet, so I was able to be able to contact with her, and plus she was like sharing that, you know, she in this country and she doesn't have like she have like a family, like a relative, but not like her own parent, something like that. So she was sharing, and I was helping her emotionally, and also connect her with other resource, and if she willing to take. But at that time it was about between her providers and the emergency room, and she was like, you know, fear and worries, and she, since it her first experience, she followed my advice, and she trusts in my judgment and my ability, my knowledge of helping her, and she like lay her trust on me. And so after that she was mentioned like, oh, the bleeding, she went to the doctor, and the emergency, the bleeding has stopped, but later on, like on and off, right? So that was part of her pregnancy. And then I asked her about her life story. She was, you know, she's sharing with me that she met her husband, and he's no, her partner at the time, he's African American. To me, it was like, oh, it's so unique, you know, like, and she was sharing how she met him, and at the time she working as a school crossing guard. And I said, wow, you know, you have like you college graduated, and you know, working as a school crossing guard, you know, like it's something like you want to have your experience, right? So yeah, someone calling, I'm on the phone here, but it's my picture cutting off, I apologize. And so she was like, I'm gonna looking for a new job. So she got a job interview at the time when she had challenging with her pregnancy. She got a job interview at the post office. So while she got accept that job at the post office, and I was like, encourage her, like, you know, because of your pregnancy, you still have this bleeding. What, you know, so I provide her education about her right as an employee of a working place, so that she know her own right, and plus she's a pregnant mom, she has to know her rights. So I provide all this education, all the information to help her, and she advocate for herself at work, so they allow her to stay and work, you know, inside a facility, not like carried mail outside, right? Because I was worried and concerned about the, you know, the safety of her pregnancy. So there's other story that she can tell. So I'm just gonna tell like a little of her background of the story, and she can share a little bit more. I want her to share her own story. I just want to share how I met her, as her parent coach. So give her a chance to speak.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Sathari. And before I turn it over to Lida to ask her to share her experience with the Welcome Baby program and all the great benefits that she received and just get her perspective in being enrolled in the program, I do want to point out that she is actually a Welcome Baby program participant for the second time. And so we also recently learned through Sathari that you recently gave birth to your second child, Lida. So I want to also take this moment to congratulate you for the delivery of your child. And so Lida, I'll turn it over to you now with no further ado to ask about your experience with Welcome Baby. What was that? What has that experience been like? And where did it all begin? What are some of the things that you have found most valuable having Sathari along your parenting journey? So Lida, I see that you look perfect.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Lida. My husband and I would like to say thank you to the Welcome Baby program, all the staff, all the parent coach that actually Satiri, she helped me a lot. Like this, she mentioned it. Before I joined the Welcome Baby program, I remember one day I went to the OB, and the outreach specialist, she come to me. She want to invite me to join the program. At first, I don't believe it. I don't believe that the Welcome Baby program will help me. So I didn't say anything because I don't want to join it. But she tried to encourage me to join it, and then I realized, why don't I join it? It don't cost anything. Like she told me, you don't have to pay anything, it's for free. So I said, okay, I will join it. And then I joined it, and I told my husband. He said, okay, you did what you can do. Even they don't help you, but you already joined it. And then the outreach, she told me that the baby program have Cambodian parent coach, which is Terry, and another one, her name is Mimi, I think. And then so Terry, she called me, and then I told her everything. I told her that I've been bleeding twice. She said, oh, that is not a good sign. You have to be careful. The baby might be miscarried. And she encouraged me to go to the hospital for the emergency. So I went to the urgent care, and they check it, but it's nothing wrong. And then she told me everything, because like she mentioned, I don't have a family over here. So she like my family. The parent coach, her like my family. Thank you so much, Terry. You helped me a lot. And every time like I run out of the diaper and anything, the Welcome Baby helped me with the diaper, with the stuff. I'm so appreciated the Welcome Baby program. And my baby, this one, he born premature. He born at 26. It's so emotional and psychological. So Terry, she tried to engage me. You don't have to think too much. You have to take care of your health. But you know, the baby that born premature, as a mom that give birth to the baby,
Please take as much time as you need, Lida. We so appreciate your openness and being willing to share your story with us.
he stayed at the hospital for 3 months. I unable to hold him. and I had to palm. It's hard to palm it without the baby in front of you. So she said that, oh, you don't have to think about, you have to put the baby in front of you, so you have to think about your baby. But I can do it because the baby is, I have to worry about the baby. The baby have problem every day. I went to the hospital and they said, oh, the baby have apnea, he didn't breathe. The baby have a hole in his heart. The baby have kidney problem. So it's hard for me, but the baby program helped me. My parent coach, she helped me. And the other one, her name is Maida. She also called me and, oh, if you have anything, you don't understand anything, just call me and let me know, talk to me. Something that don't relate to the program, just call me and let me know, we can talk. So yeah, I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much, all you guys. Thank you.
Oh, Lida,
Thank you.
You really are a strong woman, and I don't know if you can see the comments, but there is a ton of support coming your way through the chat, and I could not agree more. And again, I thank you for your willingness to share your story with us, and I'm so happy to hear that you had Sathari with you along your side as you were going through your first pregnancy.
Even now I have my second baby, even she born like early, 3 weeks early. When I know that I have another baby, I right away call Sotiri. I said, oh, I need to join the baby program again. Can you help me? I don't know how to join it. And then she referred me to the outreach, and I take the outreach. I said, oh, I'm pregnant and my second one, and she right away sent me the link and everything to do it. I appreciate it.
That is wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Lida. And I think it really speaks to the amount of value that you found in the Welcome Baby program during your first pregnancy. And I'm glad that we're still able to continue to have Sathari along your side during the second pregnancy, and now as you prepare to move into parenting your second child. So I can go on and continue to ask more questions to get to know a little bit more about you, but I want to give a chance to our audience to connect with both Sandra. I see Sandra joined us earlier today, and Lida, and also their parent coaches, Sathari or Tamara. So I'm going to turn it over to Osvaldo and Brandon from our team, who will be asking a few questions that we have that have been submitted through the chat. So Brandon and Osvaldo, I'll turn it over to you.
I know we're running short on time, but can we just have just a few seconds for Sandra to say a couple words? And I'm so appreciative that you made it here, Sandra. Just to have a quick moment where you can say just a few words about your experience working with Tamara and your journey, what you were going through when you went to California Hospital and found out through one of our wonderful Welcome Baby hospital liaisons that approached you, and just maybe how things would be different if you had said no to the program.
Yeah, so I had my baby almost 2 years ago at California Hospital in LA. That's when I met with the liaison with Children's Institute. I accepted their service, and then maybe a week or 2 weeks later, Tamara showed up at my door, and she was very, very sweet, very nice. I got this very good positive energy from her. I invited her in. I was staying in a shelter at the time, and she was very, very interested in my child and my, her development. And it was something that I really, I enjoyed. I really grasped onto her interests and how into her job, that she just seemed like she cared a lot, and she had a big heart. And usually when you're with any type of agency, you don't really you don't trust them completely, because you don't know if they're part of a DCFK, DCFS or Child Protective Services. But I gave her a chance, and she was very helpful in, coming every other week and giving me her services and making sure my daughter had her shots up to date. To this day, she still comes and she monitors my baby, and she plays with her and she gives her stuff. And my daughter, she likes her a lot. And every time she comes, she always wants to know what she brought her. And she's always looking in the bags and taking everything out because she knows Tamara. She knows Tamara brings her whatever she could get her hands on, she brings it. And that's something that I really love about Tamara and the whole agency is that they really do, when they tell you they're going to do something, they'll do it. Even if it takes a little while, like I have my full trust and confidence in her because I know she'll pull through and she'll deliver when she says she's going to deliver. And, when they keep their word, it makes you confident in the types of services that they offer you, and you're willing to take it and you're willing to trust them and give them a chance. And then with me, like I live next door to another family, and I tell them, I have this great worker. I even tell her too, she has a daughter that's the same age as my daughter, and it's just like you guys do a great job. I kudos to you guys. And you guys, if I didn't have Children's Institute, I would have to do everything on my own. And it's always good to have that extra help on the side, because a lot of parents, especially when you're young, you don't know how to go about getting help for your kids. And, it's that extra struggle. And like a lot of parents don't want to go through that, and when you have these services offered to you, you take it, and then it makes your life a lot easier, and it makes you a better parent, and you're able to take care of your kids a little bit better and provide for them, and who wouldn't want that?
Thank you so much, Sandra. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and we talked a little, I don't know if you heard earlier, but we talked a little bit about the importance of just how Tamara sticks with you. And I know you've jumped around a bit, and so she's gone to different places to work with you, but also just kind of the motivation and inspiration she's provided in addition to all of those resources and all the information and education. So thanks to Sandra for making it here. I know it's not always not easy, and you have a lot going on.
Okay.
Take any more time talking myself. I want to let the audience ask some questions. So for that, we'll go to Brandon and Osvaldo.
And thank you, Sandra and Lita. Yeah, I know I speak on behalf of all of us here at LABBN, just how appreciative we are of you both coming on and sharing your stories. So thank you again for that. One of the questions that came in from the audience that, I believe applies to both you, Lita and Sandra, is what did the outreach specialists do or say that helped you change your mind and accept the program? So I guess if you were feeling any hesitancy or uncertainty about joining the program, what was it that they said or did that helped push you to join?
Well, for me, when I was in the hospital, besides the fact of having a baby and being excited over that, it kind of changes the way your brain is wired. And when the lady came in and she showed me exactly what they did and broke down every little service that they had about the children's development with their speaking and how they monitor the shot records and how organized they were. I think that's what won me over, was that they were so strategic in their details and explanations and what they actually do, rather than just talking straightforward and not really making sense. And they took the time to show me exactly page by page what they're doing and what their program consists of. And that's what won me over, is that they took their time to come and be prepared and have this speech and show me, the proof and the paperwork and all that. That's what won me over.
Thank you. How about you, Lita?
For me, what changed my mind, it's like she said that they just turn page to page instead of talking, but the outreach, she come to me, she told me that they just not like let you indoor and then leave you alone. Like the baby program have Cambodian people, the Cambodian parent coach, that easy for me to get to understand how to take care of the baby, because I don't have parents that they can help me to take care of the baby, something like that, if I have problem. So the parent coach in Cambodian, they will help me. So that's what changed my mind. Sorry about my baby.
Oh, no, you don't need to apologize at all. No, thank you. I know we have some more questions. I'm going to turn it over to Osvaldo for that.
Thank you, Brandon. And thank you, Lydia and Sandra, for taking the time to share your experiences with us. We do have a couple more questions. And one of them is, what are some family personal goals the program has helped you achieve? So what is something that you feel like the program just helped you achieve throughout your tenure in the program?
At the time when I had just moved into my 2-bedroom apartment, I was on Section 8 and I was barely getting my appliances together and setting up my home. I had nothing. I came from a shelter. I didn't have I didn't even have a laundry detergent. I didn't have anything. Everything that I got from the shelter was given to me. So when I moved in, I didn't have nothing. I consulted with Tamara and I told her the need for, maybe furniture. And she said that she probably could help me. She didn't say for sure. She said maybe she was going to try, which was good enough for me because I had nowhere to go. I didn't know where to look. I didn't have the money. I didn't have a job. I was basically didn't have anything. And she looked into it and she helped me get a washer and a dryer. Even though it took a long time, I mean, I didn't mind as long as I knew that it was going to come because she always came through for me. She made it happen, and I still have it to this day. And another goal that I've achieved just by her being in my life, I've gotten closer to my daughter. I'm able to understand how to interact with her and how to play with her and how to know how her responses are and what it means, and these little things that parents don't really think about when they're raising their little babies, and that's just like, it's just a whole new world of bonding with your babies. You get to know their little personalities and things that you wouldn't normally take interest in. It's those little things that are given to you that it's like you appreciate all these little lectures and these little this paperwork, the packets and everything that they send to you. That in itself was great because it's just brought me closer to my daughter and understanding her growth process.
That is great. Wow, Tamara, you did so much helping Sandra with her washer and dryer. That is just very good work, and wow. I would turn to Lita. What are some family, asking you the same question, what are some family personal goals that the program helped you achieve or supported you with? Maybe you can share with us.
Yeah, they help me with the baby stuff, like diaper, like wipe. That when I run out, I just give Satiria's call. I said, oh, I ran out the diaper, and she said, oh, okay, I will help you with the diaper, and she did it right away. Yeah, that will help a lot.
Can I say one more thing?
Sure.
So yeah, what she said too, the diaper is like that. That's probably the greatest necessity when you have a baby. But aside from her always coming to bring diapers, it's like I would ask her, do you know where else I could get diapers? Because I didn't want to be completely dependent on her bringing diapers every 2 weeks. I wanted to be able to be proactive and self-sufficient and go out into the community and actually look for stuff for myself, because I didn't want to depend on her. She was doing enough for me.
Yeah.
So she gave me a lot of resources to check and to call. That she gave me somewhere by USC. There was another agency that gives away diapers every other Thursday, and that was a good resource for me. So she not only was the resource, but she was giving me resources to look into too at the same time. So that way I kind of got like a little bit more independent about going and doing things on my own. And that's one thing that she's taught me how to do too.
That is great. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And you know, we want to thank both families, Lita, Sandra, for being here with us today virtually. I know everything nowadays is virtual, but we want to thank you and for sharing your positive experiences with Welcome Baby and the home visitation program. And so with that being said, I will now turn it over to Amy, which she will continue with the rest of the parent panel. Thank you. Thank you both.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Tamara
you,
and Sandra.
Sandra.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Brandon, Osvaldo, for facilitating that quick Q&A. This part of every annual summit really goes by so quickly, but it's one of the highlights and it's one of my favorite parts. So I hope you all enjoyed it today. And before we bring our parent panel to a close, I do want to go ahead and invite everybody who's joining us today to help us send off the family with some warm wishes and honoring them through our next Mentimeter question. So Martha, if you could please bring it over to the next slide, and we'll invite everybody else joining us today to submit your wishes and your positive words of encouragement for the families. So Sandra and Lita, after today's summit, we will go ahead and capture everybody's responses, and we'll be sharing a copy of this with you. So peace, patience, love. Perfect. Please continue to bring them in and submit your responses. Success. Yes, we are wishing you much success and really all the best as you continue through your parenting journey. And I'm so glad that you had the opportunity to be a part of the home visiting service with Tamara and with Sathari, and that you've found great value in that. With that, again, for the sake of time, we will allow this Mentimeter to continue to run as we transition on to our next speaker. But again, just want to thank all of our panelists for their time, giving us a gift of the opportunity to hear directly from them. It's been a real pleasure to be with you in this last half hour. And again,
Yes.
we are so grateful for having that time with you, and we're wishing you all the best.
Yes, Amy, I just want to say the last thought. That's, you know, for the program as a parent coach. So I just want to send a message across the board that, you know, building trust and relationship with the mentioned in his presentation earlier. It's about building relationship. When you start building relationship and understand and listen and reflect back about what's going on between client and you, so it helps client to continue to stay in the program until the end, you know, complete the program, and also trying to help the client to be self-reliant and to empowering client to you know, to be self-reliant and to be strong, and also to you know, for the resilient. And to me, I think it's helping empowering client to you know, in their life is the most important, so that they can be on their own and you know, to live and supporting their family and take care of their family, to have a healthy babies and mom, you know, for the rest of their lives. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.